This episode was shit. And I'm not trying to be a troll or being inflammatory for the sake of being edgy. No, I literally mean that I thought this episode was fucking garbage. And completely unacceptable. Let's just go ahead and start with a synopsis for this episode. Remember that 7-minute scene from Battle of Gods? Where Beer shows up on Kaio's planet, inquires about the Super Saiyan God, then Goku challenges him to a fight, gets his ass kicked, and Beers leaves? Yeah, well it was that. Stretched out for 22 fucking minutes. So what did they fill that extra 15 minutes with? Random bits of superfluous dialogue here and there. And by the way, excluding the extra bits of dialogue, this is line for line exactly what was said from Battle of Gods. And not even the extended cut of Battle of Gods. That whole line about Kaio restoring his planet, you know, the thing that covered the plot hole in the Battle of Gods movie, fucking dropped in this episode. And don't you dare bring up that fucking manga chapter to me. Yeah, it's fantastic that the goddamn manga filled in that little plot hole, but the series has yet to do that. And we are 5 episodes in. So this would have been a perfect opportunity to go ahead and fill in said plot hole. The rest of this episode was just padded out with extra fight scenes. And you know, it's Dragon Ball Z, so you know, what's wrong with extra fighting? Nothing! If the fighting's fucking interesting, this has to be the single most boring goddamn fight in Dragon Ball history. It literally consists of Goku going SS1, punch, 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 kick, 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 and Beerus dodging it. Then Goku goes SS2. Swings, misses, hits the ground, creates a crater. Swings, punches, misses, hits the ground, creates a crater. Rinse and repeat. Then Goku goes SS3. This mostly consists of Beerus just blocking all of Goku's hits with one hand, and then knocking him the fuck out in 2 hits like he did in Battle of Gods. Not only was this fight boring and uneventful, but it was animated like shit. In fact, this entire episode was animated like shit. Like, I owe Battle of Gods some fucking apologies. I thought that the animation in Battle of Gods was pretty goddamn subpar. Apparently, I didn't know what the fuck subpar was. Because this episode was constantly off model and just animated like goddamn garbage. It's as if Toei read all the hate mail about Sailor Moon Crystal, and then their animators went, oh yeah, well we could do even shittier than that. We'll show you terrible animation. You fuckers. And then there are the feats that Goku displayed during his fight scene. Specifically when he was SS2. Goku swings, punches, misses, hits the ground, creates a crater. A tiny little fucking rinky-dink crater. At least he had a couple of these swings where Goku going full force. Yeah, Hiei was making craters like 3 times that size in Yu Yu Hakusho during the goddamn Dark Tournament arc. This episode made Goku look horribly nerfed. At one point, Goku fires a Kamehameha in SS3 through Kaio's planet. Yeah, instead of punching the planet and creating a huge hole, like he did in Battle of Gods, he fires a Kamehameha through it. It doesn't destroy his planet, completely vaporizing it. Nah, just punches a hole through it. The fuck? And to continue to undersell Goku, when he turns SS1, Beerus makes statements about how, oh yeah, I guess, you know, you might have been able to beat Frieza in this form, but I bet he didn't make it easy on you. Are we expected to believe that Goku post the Majin Buu fight is barely stronger than what he was when he fought Frieza? Like, I was fine whenever Beerus said that his base form didn't rival Frieza's power. It makes sense that his powers would have increased a full 50-fold in that 10-year time gap. But saying that his SS1 form would barely be able to put up a fight against Frieza is kinda horseshit. So, was there anything in this goddamn episode I actually enjoyed? There were a few minor things in this version of the fight that I did enjoy over the BOG version. One of them being Beerus blocking SS3 Goku's Kamehameha with a single finger, really kind of displaying his power over Goku, and how Beerus finally took Goku out. He does the finger flick, but they're floating in midair this time. Then, just like in BOG, Beerus appears behind him, but instead of doing the karate chop to neck, he kind of just presses against his shoulder, creating this devastating shockwave that just sends Goku, boom, right into the ground. And it looked way more devastating than what was seen in BOG, and has a nice little visual flair to it. But those few things do not make up for everything else that was wrong with this goddamn episode. In the last review, I was talking about how this series really needs to make up its mind. Does it expect us to have seen Battle of Gods or not have seen Battle of Gods? And episodes 4 and 5 are a perfect example of this fucking complaint. Episode 4 introduces the Pilaf gang as kids and makes no fucking attempt to explain it to the audience whatsoever. Assuming that we've already seen Battle of Gods and they can just kind of fill that bullshit in later, or maybe not at all. But then episode 5 shows us a near identical 7-minute scene from Battle of Gods stretched out over a 22-minute span. Which is perfectly fine if you haven't seen Battle of Gods. So what audience are you trying to fucking cater to? The people who have seen BOG? Or the people who haven't seen BOG? The narrative direction of the series is fucking abysmal. And these 2 episodes are the worst fucking offenders so far. Like, I actually am this pissed off. Like, I'm offended by this goddamn episode. Hopefully, hopefully next episode will be better. Because the next episode is about Beers showing up at Bulma's birthday party. Which Beers interacting with the Z-Fighters was some of the most interesting shit from that movie. So seeing things like that stretched out should be fine. They shouldn't be able to fuck this up. But I have no faith left. And for those wondering, yes, Agro and I have seen Fukatsu no F, and yes, we are going to do a vlog talking about that in the very near future. So yeah, you guys can look forward to that, and I can look forward to episode 6 of Dragon Ball Super. Yay.